What's going on? This is the first episode of Thatboygotknowledge. I got my man AB. I got my man JMoe, and I got the guest speaker today, Milk. Everybody introduce yourselves, see what y'all do.
What you mean introduce yourself? Like you just introduced me. But who going for? You gonna go?
I'm gonna go.
Right,
everybody call me AB. You know, I'm a well-educated black man out here helping the youth. You know, used to play college basketball, so you know, things changed after that. You know, the life, basketball, translating into the education world, giving the youth new vintage knowledge about what's going on in this world. Right.
I was about to say new vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage, baby. New vintage.
How you doing? I'm Big J, aka M.I. Poppy. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. But I'm an entrepreneur. I have a few ventures. Played a little bit collegiate ball. Played high school. Right now I'm on salary grinding, doing what I gotta do.
Malcolm Tatum, as he introduced me as Milk as a nickname. I'm right now an educator, just finished grad school. I'm a father. I have a son. Also played professional basketball overseas for a few years, and I was a college basketball coach. So that's a little something in my background, man.
Everybody call me JT. Let's just say I played professionally for a couple years, basketball, and then I bounced around. Right now, I'm a business owner. I'm the CEO and owner of PYF Management, where I manage entertainers and NBA players. So that's what I do. Also, I give back to youth. Just trying to start this thing. So I came together with this. All these are my brothers. We went all the way back since middle school, high school. We all played with each other. I just wanted to came about this. The Boy Got Knowledge came about me just dropping gems. I mean, I'm always an overthinker. I tend to get in my own thoughts in my own head, and I just start dropping gems and stuff. So I came to them, and they all said, "Man, y'all should just." So I started putting this stuff on, like Twitter and like social media, and I getting feedback, and then people said, "Man, you need to let the world know this." So that's why I started. So that's what all came about. That's why we started doing this. So I know that everybody in here got different knowledge they can give to the youth and give to even the older generation. So I wanted to start off like, so when did y'all know that life after basketball? When did you know when you started? And when did you decide that you were like, well, I'm gonna stop hooping? Like, what happened? Life after basketball. What made you think that like I'm gonna call it quits?
JMoe, you should go first because you called it quits early.
JMoe quit first. JMoe quit. He the biggest one and quit. Yo had the highest ceiling.
Yeah, you did. You quit.
Yo 6'5".
Had it all.
The
handle, the Tracy.
Man, we was in prep school. This dude was dropping like 20 a game. Schools coming left and right.
It made me look real bad on the show.
Yeah, we just did.
I mean, we want to know your perspective of what made you give it up so early. You was the one that had the high ceiling, for sure.
You followed your league, you feel me?
I lost a lot. Well, I didn't lose a love for it because it came back eventually, but it was, I went to Lakeland Community College. The first school I went to. There was a lot of too many head games, a lot of politics going on up there. And there was a spurt where I was just killing. Because the guy before me had a scholarship, you know how that goes. I had a partial scholarship. He had a full scholarship. We played the same position. He was from Ohio, that's where the school was. So, politics, he gets more playing time. There was a spurt where I was just killing because he was hurt. killing. We were winning. As soon as he came back, bench. So, and then right throughout different games and times of playoffs and all that stuff, the coach would start. Look, Bijan, you got 5 minutes to perform. Go and perform, or else I'm pulling you out. That never worked with me. Like, I would go out there, do what I need to do, but it wasn't good enough for him. So it was like these games pretty much took the level of the game away from me. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't really want to play. But the year after I went to prep school, that was kind of refreshing. But NCAA rules, I went backwards.
Yeah, you did. I remember. You tried to play with me.
Yeah, so I couldn't. You're not supposed to go to a prep school after you go to any form of college, junior college, D1, D2, whatever.
Get your clock starts.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you're not supposed to do that. I only found that out when I came back to ACC and wanted to play. Schools with Coach Benny. Mm-hmm. He pulled me to the side, told me that, because you have to fill out that form of what schools you went to and everything like that. So he told me I went out of order. I had to set out this year. NCAA gonna take some years. So that pretty much killed it for me. I did try out for Bowie State. Didn't make it because I already had their team set that year. That's actually the same. That's actually the same year they won the NCAA.
tournament.
Yeah.
So they won that joint. So that was pretty much it for me. Just play here and there, and then my knees just decided to.
That's all of it.
Everybody got knee problems. That's crazy how people got knee problems. But yo, you hit that, man. That politics of the basketball world is crazy, man. We're going to say that for another time. That politics world. I can go all day about that, especially me being in the coaching world playing, man.
Mm-hmm. It's all about who you know.
It's a business, bro. Basketball is really
all about who you know, yo. Trust me, I had to learn that too when I was playing.
Go ahead.
Who you know.
Me, my story was different than everybody else's. I got it out the mud. Like,
Because
I ain't had nothing. Y'all, I was all on high school team. Y'all had going, other routes. I had to struggle. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, coming out of high school, like, I just went straight to work. Like, I just went to work. I didn't even think about basketball. I didn't even try to do nothing. Like, I was no plan at all to do anything. And, like I didn't know what to do. And then, situations happen, changed things for me. So then I decided, try to jump on the ACC joint. That's when you were supposed to play with me. And I walked on, the first year. And the second year came back, gave me a scholarship. Then I got a scholarship to go out Philly and play. And then got a scholarship to go out Frostburg and play. And then I had the opportunity to, go overseas and play. But the money situation, I ain't gonna hold you, wasn't looking too good, and I was trying to make money. That's all my mind was. And I also played semi-pro for a little bit, which wasn't quite. I mean, it's a little money here and there, but it was cool just out there in Western Maryland.
Something to do with
it's something to do with dude. Yeah.
Still basketball.
And then I coached at my school Frostburg for a little bit as a student assistant. Did the little things just to be learning the ins and outs, and that's how you learn about coaching for real. So then after that, I was like, man, it's basketball. I can still hoop, but it's just too much work. And plus, I'm shorter than everybody, so I gotta work extra harder than anybody else in this joint. So I was thinking, like, man, I gotta get my life rolling for real. So I ended up coaching. So now I coach high school basketball, which I'm the JV coach in a high school in Columbia now, so loving that every bit. And then I don't know, I'm thinking about doing college soon though. That's another passion I was thinking about doing. Like, college level is really, I miss that level because it was kind of fun because you really didn't have to. I don't know. It depends on the kids. Like you kind of gain a relationship. A lot of them. So like some of them, they want to get as good as you, but then high school they want to do the same thing, but they don't listen. They hard headed, so it's like they super hard headed. So you already know how that goes with that. And
for sure.
Well,
my story a little different. I mean, just off the strength, nobody really said it, but all of us play basketball in Howard County. Right. And if you know that. If you know about Howard County, don't get me wrong. Howard County basketball had talent. Maybe they probably had more talent before us, before we was even there. The talent level was high. Yeah, it was. But people do not respect Howard County basketball. So coming out, we always had the love and the passion for it. But we had to take different directions to go get it because there's no publicity here, there's no exposures, none of that. Like, you know, a lot of guys that are good from Howard County go to private schools. They go to Baltimore City to play, or they go to DC to play AAU. So a lot of us didn't do none of that. A lot of us didn't do much AAU. You know what I mean? So, but you know, we were still fortunate enough to go to college. I went to college. I always had love. You know, I was on a full scholarship, Division II in West Virginia. Played there, did my thing, all types of accolades. You know, played the year, All-American, things like that. And the first time it struck me to make me think about a different direction was my senior year. My senior year, like when I said I got player of the year, All-American, all that was my junior season. My senior year, I was on the track to do it again, and I blew my knee out. My knee was gone, only like 10 games in the season. Couldn't get my year back, so things started, you know, trickling down. Like I had interest. I had a couple G League teams showing up at games, bunch of agents, and you know, all the interest stopped, and I had to try to figure something else out. And I was fortunate enough that even after the season, agents still wanted me. So that made my hunger come back for basketball. I grinded hard, did rehab, and still had opportunity to go play overseas, which I did. And just because of my injury, I started off in the lower league and had to take a pay cut. So what a lot of people don't understand, man, that overseas grind is different.
It is very different.
It is different, man. If you don't love basketball, if you don't love it, I wouldn't do it. Like you can't. If a lot of people want to go overseas to do this to make money, and if you're doing it for the money, man, you gotta get out. It's not about the money. And so when I was over there, you got the time to sit back and realize a lot of different things. So you know, I did my first year, did second year, did half of my third year, and I got sick over there. I had a stomach issue. I had to come home, had to get straight, and it's so cutthroat. It's a business that when I finally got healthy, it probably only took me about a month. They already brought somebody else in, so it's really cutthroat over there. So you know, I ended up sitting the whole rest of the year out. Next year, I was there, I was killing, but they wanted me to take another pay cut. So, and then at the time, I also got news that I was about to be a father. So,
That's big news.
So at the time, it was like, what's really important? You know what I mean? I love basketball, yeah, I do, but I'm taking a step back again, and I need to be able to provide as a father for my son, which I could have playing overseas, but it's different being a provider than a father. You know, once you're a father, you're there all the time. You could be there. You want to be there for the birth. You want to be there for all the, you know, all those milestones. But when you're overseas 9-10 months out of the year, it's hard to do that. So that's what really made me start second guessing basketball again. I love it. I wanted to be around it, which is why I did get into coaching. But me having my son, I ain't gonna blame it on him, but me having my son put me in a different mind perspective of how to make a living in the States rather than over, out of the country. So
Gotta do what you gotta do.
that's what really made me say, all right, it's time to put it down, you know.
Sure.
But it was a good thing I did, because it's coming from there when all you know is basketball and coming back. Man, it's hard to make a living, man. It's hard.
It is.
It's hard to try to do something different when that's all you know.
All you know.
So, I'm grateful I did it when I did, because I couldn't imagine starting to do that 3-4 years from now at 30 something years old, trying to find a way to make a living over here. So, you know, everything works, everything happens for a reason, and I really truly believe that.
For sure. But now these kids nowadays, you know, they get so much publicity in Howard County.
They get social media.
We just missed that jump. Like we
just
missed that social
We
media.
missed that whole window.
Only when we was in there, I think only thing was how it was Facebook and Twitter just started coming.
It's getting real.
Wasn't MySpace still up like that?
Yeah, but I you know,
We started. That jump was phony.
That was MySpace was club, yo. You got the whole profile, music, and all
I ain't
that.
get no love, yo. That's when the DM started popping.
Yeah, the top friends and all that.
I was
That's how you get.
I had like three top friends.
That's how you got the business on.
Nah, I had like 20 on the joint. I had all the homies on there, bro. That was cool.
That jump was phony, bro.
Y'all tripped. I updated my profile song every day and all that.
That Black Planet was where it's at.
Black
I ain't had that.
I have that.
What's that?
How did you have that? And you younger than we are.
Come on, man.
Yo, hop on early.
I ain't do that. That was like a blogging joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't get
No blog joint when I was undercover, you feel me?
Undercover.
You was doing things you weren't supposed to.
Yeah,
That's
wrong. But it's crazy I say that, like everybody's story everybody's path is different. I mean, I know for me, I mean I can all speak this for everybody. I mean, we all love the game. Like we live and die. I know for a fact, like me and my brother used to be out there in the park playing with. We was like 12, 13, playing with 18, 19. That's all we knew was hoop. We didn't really get into the AU scene till like, what, 9th grade?
Yeah,
Nothing like that?
Maybe 10th or 11th when you met Coach Love. Coach Love made you think about.
Coach Love saved my whole life because I was going
made
down.
you think
bro.
about
I was
the
in the
AU.
streets. I was on some other stuff, yo. So I can relate to a lot of stuff going on, especially with the youth and stuff. But I know that for me, I know that my path was different. Like, I've been around the way, I've been around everywhere. Like, I traveled, so my career started in the city. I was in the private school setting, then I went back to the city, then I ended up finishing in the county.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Should have won states.
should have won state. I actually got recruited back in the county because I wasn't even trying to go back. I was trying to stay in the city. So,
I made that phone call.
yeah, yo was recruiting me, so I ended up going there. But I know for me, I mean, I want to change it for the world. I mean, I ups and downs. I ended up going to prep school with Jim, and then we ended up doing some things. I had like 5 Division I offers, you know, scouts was coming to see me in practice and the game, so it was just like I was getting D1s and stuff. Grades was perfect. I ended up committing to Seattle University. But I ended up falling through because the coach got changed. I ended up signing with Southern University.
Politics.
Yeah, right. So I ended up signing with HBCU. So I went down there, did my thing a little bit. That's when, you all know, injuries. I just started injuries. My whole career was based off injuries. Then once injuries come, your confidence go.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So it was just like, and like you said, it's a business. Like if you get hurt, the next man up. And that's what happened. Like I was playing good minutes, got hurt, messed up my knee, meniscus, and stuff like that. And then another man came in. I mean, he was ready, so we came in and took it. I mean, but I still came in, still tried to do my thing, but my confidence wasn't there. So I went from like playing like 30 minutes to like 10 minutes. Then I went back to like 20 minutes. So it was just like staggering. But it was cool. I thugged it out. But I ended up transferring. I went to Elizabeth City State, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina. Got recruited by Walker, Coach Walker, shout out to him. And then I did my thing out there. So I had like massive tape. So I used all that tape. I used accolades like Milk said. I got a couple accolades. And then I went overseas for a minute, traveled. I mean, I was blessed to play in certain countries. Made some decent money. First year wasn't all that, like Milk said, like that's grind is different. Like when you out there, and I'm just starting to get my confidence back. I'm starting, the ball was in my hands more. I'm starting to feel everything. I'm starting to see where I was at. And then boom, another injury, broke my foot and ankle. Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't clean and shake back. Like they were just
like you out of everybody, you had the most injuries, bro.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Bro.
I just wanted to take care of my body. So, I mean, that's what it is. Like I was playing too much street ball. I was really out there. Like Coach Love would come get me. I'll be out there, Drew Hill Park. I'll be out there. I hit any park. And where all the bump was at, I was at. That's where I was at. Yo, I was playing anywhere. I wanted all the smoke. I didn't really care. That's how I was coming at that time. Because I was trying to make a name for myself. People wasn't really kind of respecting me where I was at. I felt like I wanted my flowers nobody was giving me, so I kind of kept that chip on my shoulder. That's how it took me where I was at. Like I just started overcoming stuff. People told me I wasn't going to do this, I wasn't going to do that. But I blocked all the naysayers. You know how haters go. You people just try to...
You need them though.
Yeah, it kind of motivated you. So I used that same energy and I just went out there in the court, proved everybody wrong. So nobody could take it from me. I mean, I made my due. So I say all that just to tell the youth and tell anybody out there, man, if you believe in yourself, just keep going. You feel me? So I always try to say, when you into this, when you love it, you really gotta love it, cause there ain't no going back. You feel me? That's what I say. I'm only saying this because I wanted to hear y'all opinion. What kind of advice could y'all give to the youth that was probably in our positions or that was trying to like overcome something? Or what kind of advice you could just give them in general just to keep going? Or what do you want? I mean, just share y'all stories.
One thing I feel like to keep going, don't let me, my situation, being shorter than everybody else, like you gotta work extra hard. So something from that is that you gotta take that as like it's a grain of salt for real, and like you gotta run with it. So like your grind has to be heavy. Like everything you do has to be perfect. It don't matter from like offense, defense, plays. Like you gotta learn everything to a T. Like everything has to be super perfect. Like you can't it's no days off. It's no like your grind is a whole different. Like it's hard to say because like everybody grinds.
Not to cut you off, yo. But let me tell you something, yo. AB probably one of the hardest. I ain't gonna hold it. He go after it. Like this dude don't take no plays off. When he say he get after it. He get after it. Yo, we had a game the other day. Dude got so tight because nobody was matching his energy. He just said, yo, take me out. Milk had this spasm. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Yo, let that. He said, let it go. And I was like, y'all ain't playing hard enough. I was like, damn. We only down like 5. We need him in the game. And it was crazy he said that because, yo, he really, I only cut him off because, yo, he really mean that. Like, yo, he really mean, like, when he say he grinded, that dude don't play. When you see him on the court, his game, you see what I mean when his game matches his energy when he say this stuff. Like, he humble right now, but I'm gonna speak for him.
I'm always humble. That's
he didn't tell you his full story. He really did. Yeah. From his senior year to how he got the ACL.
Yeah, because his senior year, yo, he was supposed to be the starter on that team.
Hold on. Go ahead. Let me tell you something.
You recruited me to play. I wasn't gonna play high school.
Pissed me off. Like the point guard we had in high school. The starting point guard, yeah, he was some trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, I was gonna say, he's trash, bro. He was straight trash, bro. Cause I should have been on varsity. I was mad. He was trash, bro. And that's Howard County basketball, bro.
It's politics.
The politics of basketball and how bad. Man, these coaches out here, bro. My fault. I'm about to get real. These coaches out here really don't know the game, and it's blowing me because they giving the job to anybody, and they wonder why the youth here is not developing. They not learning from nobody.
They're not.
It's really bad. So it's a good thing they got somebody like Aaron here that's actually coaching in there. And shout out to my man Jordan Nazi at River Hill and those guys. Those guys really know this game, and they helping. They trying to give back. But when we was coming up, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Because I even felt it. Because I got recruited to go back into the county.
You're supposed to be right. That's the thing.
I gave up. Like when I talk about a lot of the talent in Columbia used to go to private school. I had that. I had almost probably every private school wanted me. I had my boy Shane, my man Shane McDuffie. Yo was really like a mentor when I was a kid. He told my mother not to let me go to a Howard County school like
yo, Shane,
but I
Shane
still went.
Shane be telling on point. Everybody get that.
Because he went through it. He went through it. He the one that told my mother, but I still chose to go to a Howard County school, and it was probably my worst mistake of my life.
We tried to get you to go to Golden Town. We tried to get you to go to
everybody like, yo, you gotta go ahead. He was the last one, so everybody was trying to like
force him.
And I was like, man, forget that. I'm trying to go to school with the junk, man. All boys schools. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to go to school with my friends and all that, bro. So
it's a business, dog.
But now, if I go back and you talk about advice for kids, listen. That's one thing I did not do. I was not good. I did not listen. I'm not saying everybody that gives you advice is good advice, but listen to everything everybody tells you, and then you could take that on the chin and take the advice for what you take it as. But listen. Too many kids nowadays think they know too much, and you really don't. And take that from me. I did. I probably would have been in a better situation if I hadn't listened.
Got a lot of kids like that.
They don't listen.
They don't. Yeah.
They get on the media and they see things, and then you also have parents that's telling these kids that's better than what they are.
If you're gonna keep it a stack, it's a lot of privilege.
Especially for coming from Howard County.
Yeah, so it's like,
and that's why they don't look at these Howard County kids like that, because a lot of them are privileged. Not everybody here is, but there is a lot.
So it's too many yes men. Ain't too many truth. That's why we don't go far.
They don't know that grind.
They
don't know the grind.
But that is great. Listen, and then if it's something you love, my brother, I'm gonna go in with my brother. He installed that in me. I didn't work out. Like I'm gonna keep it G. When coming up, it was just all natural talent, and I didn't work. So if you would change my game and would change the attention that I started to get in, is the work that I put in. If you put in work, it will reward you. It's not going and go to the joint to make a 1 minute workout video to show that you're doing something. Really work. Like every day, when I tell you we was working this morning, we was lifting. After that, we putting shots up. We in the afternoon at an open gym. Then we go get some to eat. We coming back and hooping again.
We was doing 2-3.
We used to do that
all day. It was all day.
Aaron had the only whip at the time. So
we was packed up in the match.
He was like 4 or 5 deep until JMoe got his whip. So we was in the gym
all day.
And I used to work and then come like, yo, y'all trying to go.
Y'all was working at Burger King at first. My man was at Burger King flipping the jerseys. He was like flipping burgers and after getting buckets at the same time. That's how I tell you. He been real humble. I keep saying that.
I forgot.
This dude was
Burger King.
I was working to pay off that car and go hoop with us afterwards.
Work ethic was serious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, he said, listen, but your work ethic gotta match this well. I keep saying that.
It will reward you.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yo, but back to this point guard being a bum.
We going back to that?
I'm going back. I'm sorry, but it was politics. Like our starting point guard. First of all, that's the year they came out with the captain's clinic. Right. And if you ain't go to the captain's clinic, you couldn't be captain. Me and Cam weren't captains. Yeah. Cause we didn't go to the clinic.
So that's how Cherry became captain?
Yeah.
Who was captain?
It was Cherry, the white boy with the red hair. But he was cool though. He was very
hard. So he
deserved it. I respected Cherry though.
I felt like he should got in a little.
He should got some.
I had no issue with him, but it was. So who else was there? It was Cherry, it was MacGyver, and it was Cruz. So them three were the main captains.
Got you.
So, because I didn't go to captain's clinic because I thought it was stupid. Like, you trying to teach me how to be a leader, that's natural.
Yeah,
like,
you can't teach nobody.
I can't, right. And I've been playing ball since I was like 5. My brother started at 7, I started at 5. Like, I know the game more than these coaches do, you know?
It's too many rules, yo.
Cruz was what? Cruz was the captain. Cruz was also starting. Oh, well, I wasn't gonna say his name, but anyway, Cruz.
You already said it.
I think
But he was starting. But this man will whoop him every day in practice. Every day.
But you gotta realize, I was just coming from. That was new. You're right. But knowing their system, that system he already had installed from JV. So I'm learning the new system. You're right. It's us learning the system.
It was an issue from JV. Like there's no I don't care. The best player should play. You can pick up your IQ is up there. You can pick up a system easy.
Right, I did.
You did. But we still had him as point guard. So that was the whole. And there's just a bunch of politics. Our big man quit. Our big man quit. That first was the second round playoffs.
No, we second round. We supposed to go to the semifinals.
Right, second round playoffs. We lost to Long Reach. A lot of my boys went to Long Reach, so I got no issue with that. Yo, but you remember, your pops had to come and put electricity through my back because I was
thugging it out.
I was done. Like something was wrong with my back. I really couldn't move.
So some big threes that game too. I remember.
You did.
Yeah, no, you did. That's what put everybody on notice. Like, yo, why everyone playing all year? That's what everybody started questioning. Everybody was like, where he come from? But we all knew that already. We all knew it.
I ain't gonna lie, that was some deep threes. It was deep. I got the picture. There was some deep threes.
We all knew it, bro. That was a wild game.
But yo, let me I want to change gears real quick, yo.
Please do before I smack this.
So,
find this man and smack him.
I want to change gears, yo. I know that JMoe got this thing he dropped one every morning. It's called the Morning Minute.
Oh yeah.
So I want him to give out one of his quotes. So we're gonna try to erase in this podcast in this little segment. So go ahead, Jay.
You want me to do it from the top?
Go ahead. Nah, I want you to drop the code.
Good morning.
Alright, but the quote, man, is you can't be interested and inconsistent, man. Period, point blank. Like, especially when it comes to this hooping thing. Well, we all know that. If you inconsistent, that shows that you're not interested. Because someone else, I guarantee, was working. Working while you doing whatever, putting girls first, you know. We'll talk about that later.
But that's a good point because you can, about that whole situation, that's with anything in life in general.
True.
I was gonna say,
And I'm about to say that.
Most definitely.
Like, yo,
Most
there's
definitely.
a lot of people that go halfway in and then
Like
put the work in.
Relationships, family,
Yeah, that's
right.
Work. That's what I want to get to, like, especially with like relationships and like stuff like that. So
Here we go.
I mean, I wasn't even gonna go at you. You feel me? We can start it. You feel me? But I was saying like with women and just in general, like yo, I know we all deal with women and stuff that I mean, some are interested, even with us, right? And then we interested, but we not consistent with it. That's why we all over the place. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. This dude JMoe was engaged.
No. About to be. Not yet.
He was engaged. Shorty had cold feet. I'm gonna keep
away. Why would you put this out
I'm
there?
Shorty had cold feet, yo.
Why would you put this out there like that?
I'm just saying though.
Cold feet.
Yo,
I mean,
mad cold feet.
It was. I wasn't engaged yet.
Tell the story. I want to hear the
I'm not
story.
about to tell this whole story.
You don't gotta tell the whole.
You ain't gotta tell the story, bro. Don't even do that. Let's go back to it. You said go back again.
You can't get away from this right here, yo. I'm just saying though, yo.
Quote that again. Quote that again.
You can't be interested.
You can't be interested and inconsistent.
Interested, inconsistent. So, when you say interested and inconsistent, as far as a relationship, because as men, women always say that they look for consistency, and a lot of men don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that? It's coming from you because you're a person that is consistent,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's.
Do you think is that the guys really are inconsistent, or the women are asking for too much?
Nah, because I mean, if you gotta think about it, most young women want eventually to be married, no matter what they say.
Yeah.
Eventually, you want to be married.
Not
you
this
want to have.
generation.
Nah,
That's a whole different.
So you want to be married?
But yeah, of course.
I know that's
But it's like
I don't think a lot of people don't want to be married anymore. They rather.
Yeah, this generation different.
If you,
man.
they
They like the idea.
Everybody's not really
Everybody
married.
loves the idea.
like
It
that.
sounds good.
it does.
It's
sound
not good.
but-
I mean, it's not always good.
But I just think that's what they want is someone to be there for the rest of
So
the
how
life,
did
to love them for
your?
the rest
So
of
I keep trying to go back.
I know you're trying.
I've been saying, but how did your? I've been saying, but how did your situation? Like, what did you learn out of that? As far as like, cause you was consistent. So you was consistent. You was doing your job. You was putting in the work, and Shorty felt it. I know she felt it, cause I mean y'all was riding and dying together. But then at the end of the day, when you decided to, I'm saying, pop the question or even get close to it, she was like, I don't know, cold feet. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's okay. So I was. When you're eager to do something, sometimes that eagerness creates pressure. So if you, like, of course I was now I'm more chill, but I want to be married. Like, I want a wife, kids, I want a house, I want that American dream, white picket fence, all that. But it's,
fuck your shit.
but it's, not everybody wants that at the same time you want that. And the moment you really start to push that, it's like, oh, slow down. I'm not fully ready for that yet, which is understandable.
She older than you or younger?
Younger.
So you think it was an impulsive decision that you did that?
I was a little bit too forceful and eager.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
And she was. Let me ask you this: if things You say you still communicate with her, right?
Here and there. Not a lot.
You think it's another chance with that?
I don't know.
Personally from you.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Let's just go right.
I
You want to be married though? Or do you want to be married? Let's ask that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Talk to him. He the
Nah,
gangster.
we talking about JMoe. Y'all want to be married? What's up?
Alright. So at first, I thought about being married, but then like I don't know, bro. Like it's in the air. It's just gotta be like the right person. Like I feel as though like if we connect on a level where I feel as though like one day I can win, like damn, I can really marry her. So now if I go grab a ring, if I tell y'all I'm about to go grab a ring, that's when y'all know I'm about to get married. Because when I get married, it's gonna be a party. For real, like.
So you said you trying to find the right one. What? Like you don't feel like you had a girl, or do you feel like you had a girl that was the right one and you fucked it up, or you just?
Oh yeah. A lot of niggas I'm gonna keep it real. I dropped the ball a couple times. I had, couple loves,
Just being young.
Yeah, that's just me being me, and then it's just the environment I was in different situations. I chose certain things over what I should have been with. And I realized, I fucked up. I definitely fucked up.
So
I learned from my situation.
So you wasn't consistent with it?
I mean, no, for sure I was consistent, but then sometimes like it was like, I'm not ready.
Timing wasn't right.
Yeah, it was like, yo.
Sometimes that timing come in handy.
Nigga want to drag.
Nah,
niggas.
I ain't gonna hold it.
Fuck that. I'm about to go get that. Nah, that's what that is. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat that. You see something, now you like, hold up, wait.
Like shorty by the hand, you saw shorty walk past.
Shorty
Like,
look right.
It's a natural
Temptation
reaction,
is a motherfucker.
Yeah, temptation is
Definitely.
definitely.
Especially when you're at a young age, bro. So what happened with you? You want to get married, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of go with the flow. You feel me? It's more of like it just had to hit me. Like I can't just sit here and say yeah. I can't just say no because I ain't never found somebody that's consistent. I mean, I had somebody, but I dropped the ball on that. I mean, I wasn't.
It's always us.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of dropped. Well, it was kind of.
No.
Except that. This my shit anyway. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Go ahead.
It was mutual, yo. I wouldn't say I was trying to be the bigger man, trying to say it was all me, but no, it was mutual. Like I had a situation where, man, shorty ain't add up, yo. I'm over here doing it. Like I told you a story how I was shorty in Texas and stuff, right? Like, I'm gonna give you a whole one story real quick before we move forward, yo.
Story time.
Yo, so it's funny, yo. This dude. So I told Jay this the other day. Look, I ain't gonna hold you. If I like you hard. Like I'll go through the back with you. Like I'll rock with you heavy. Like I'll do whatever. Like I had this one girl, and well, I'm gonna call her girl. I had one woman in Texas that I used to come to Texas, fly out there, and I would take her on dates. I'll give her the 5-star treatment. I'm talking about 5-star treatment. Like I'm treating her nice, like flowers. I'm talking about dates.
Special.
I'm talking about everything. Yeah, Tatum special. I'm talking about the shimmy shunga and all. You feel me? So, I mean, and then when it all comes, I'm going back to the crib. I'm going back to Baltimore, and then I'm telling her, I say, yo, I really feeling like I'm really trying to lock in with you like 100. And she was just like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, she told me what I wanted to hear. Then I fly back here. I get the text talking about, I don't think I can give you what you want. Now I'm like, I know how many girls have told that to me. Like 2-3 girls told me. To this day I don't even know what that means because I'm not even asking for you. I'm not even asking for a lot. You feel me? I'm not. All I'm asking you to do is be committed. Like that's alright. You know what I'm saying? But
It's the perception of what you want.
yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm simple. I ain't really asking you to go over the wall for me.
You're simple.
Yeah, but maybe she wasn't looking for something.
Yeah, that's all she had to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to lead me on. Like, if you want to have fun, you have fun. I'm realistic. I'm direct as hell. You feel me? Like I'm real direct. So it's like, yo, all you got to do is tell me what you want from the get go, and we could have played it that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That way I know what lane I'm in. That way I won't give you that 5-star Tatum treatment. You know what I'm saying? I would have gave you the basic joint.
But that's what they want, man.
But that's what they get the hit
That's
knocked off.
what shit get twisted.
Yeah, it's like, yo, it's a dirty game out there. Like
they like the sound of getting wine and 9 flowers and all that shit, but at the end of the day, Now I'm not gonna say all of them. I'm not gonna speak on everybody, but at the end of the day, some of them really just wanna link up and hook up.
And
But it sound good to them. It sound good to them to get wine and dine.
They want
the experience, but if that's not what you about, why waste the time? Because they always talk about how dudes waste women's time, but women do the same thing.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Women
like,
do the same exact thing.
I'm flying out there in and out, like, you know what I'm saying, like doing my thing. Like, I'm not saying here, I'm not making all this for you. Like, I'm trying to build something. But at the end of the day, she wasn't matching the energy, and then
at the end of the day, that's why I like older women. they tell you what's up, bro.
Tell you real quick.
Yeah, yo, cause man, I'll go there, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it, bro. Cause I can really go on this topic.
I mean, that's why I be like, yo, the whole topic is like you can't be interested and consistent. Cause that's why I get to it. Like, yo, when we go through things, even with life, even with women, even with sports, or even with our professional life, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you into something, you really gotta go hard. I mean, and you gotta stay consistent with it. Cause this is how like I started. We started the Thatboygotknowledge. Like, yo, we just trying to drop gems. We just trying to drop knowledge. We just trying to give back. We trying to do a lot of things. I'm saying this platform is for everybody to feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's come here. It's a safe place. You feel me? So
give off that knowledge.
Yeah.
Never chip.
That boy got knowledge.
That boy got knowledge, man.
That's where I got it from while you're playing. That's my show.
That's
That's
a
a
movie.
movie. Shout out to the Wood. It's my favorite movie all the time. That's where I got that joint from.
True.
Shoot.
That's really how it was, though.
What you sipping on, Jay?
You already know what it is. Some alkaline water. It's just a spirit. Let me go ahead and try some of this. It's doing good though. Like
I heard.
Straight alkaline. What's it? 9.5. 9.5. The spirit water, man. It's doing good. It's doing real good. I know you need a case or two, so let you know.
Shout out to the plug, man.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to the plug, man. Well, I do want to say I thank y'all for coming. I thank Malcolm, a.k.a. Milk, for showing up, showing love.
Yes, indeed.
I know that.
Of course.
He ain't really had to do it, we had to do it. I mean,
Alright, man, it's Friday, yo. First time 80-degree weather. I'm trying to just happy hour.
we definitely get to it.
I know the sundresses is out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's sundress.
Well, I appreciate y'all showing love. I appreciate y'all coming out.
No problem, bro.
Man, this concludes our first episode of Thatboygotknowledge. I appreciate everybody wanting to show love and support. Episode 2 coming on the way.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shorty so damn dangerous, fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so impatient, so glad that you made it here. Took my dick and faced it, shorty going crazy, yeah.